What's up, everybody? We are going to go through a day of eating with myself with the protocol, the macros that I follow every single day. So tune in for the rest of the day. We're going to be going through my breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, what I do to hit my macros. So just a quick overview. My macros right now are 240 grams of protein, 260 grams of carbs, 81 grams of fat, and 30 grams of fiber for about 2,700 calories a day. And I'm utilizing that to put on some lean mass over the next couple months. So I'm going to show you that full breakdown, including the meals, what I put together. What I eat every day is pretty standard, so this is going to carry over for the majority of my meals throughout the week. If you have any questions as you see these videos, shoot them over in a message. I'll do my best to respond. Enjoy. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a day of eating with Coach John. I had to start a little bit late because I had to wait for everybody to wake up in the house. But anyways, first thing that I do in the morning when I wake up, shaker bottle, Element hydration packets, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium. Highly recommend, tastes delicious. I also do a scoop of berries and greens in there, and then a half a scoop of creatine. So that goes in the shaker bottle. I fill it all the way up right first thing in the morning, get hydrated before I have my cup of coffee. So that is number one. Alrighty, next up is my breakfast shake that I have every single morning. Same ingredients, same macros. I keep it standard. So the way this one starts, standard food scale, nice and easy. Turn that baby on. It's got grams and ounces, perfect for you. So I am going to start with 80 grams of organic rolled oats. Make sure that we zero out that scale. A little bit over. Perfect. 80 grams there. Now I'm going to add some almond milk. It's about 240 grams. Beautiful. Next up, throw some peanut butter in there. I usually do about 20 grams. All right. A little bit over, but that's okay. I'm not going digging for it. And then finally, finish off the shake with protein powder. I use Driven Caramel Latte. Get it at the gym. I go 2 scoops in here, which ends up being 64 grams. At the gym, I go 2 scoops in here, which ends up being 64 grams. Bingo. Alrighty. Once all that stuff is in there, I throw the top on, I blend it up, put it in a shaker bottle, shake it, and it's down the hatch in 5 minutes. And I will post next the macros for this shake that I have every morning. Alrighty, everybody, it is lunchtime. So my standard lunch is usually a Nutri-Meal. Today happens to be pulled beef brisket with veggie cauliflower rice. 470 calories in that, 20 grams of fat, 11 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fiber, and 52 grams of protein. Now, I usually follow up my lunch with a yogurt. Sometimes this looks a little bit different depending on what the Nutri-Meal was and what I need for macros. So today is going to be a Oikos 000 yogurt, 15 grams of protein there, a banana. I'm going to throw some honey in there, 21 grams of honey for some extra carbs, since that Nutri-Meal is a little bit low there. And then I'm going to top it off with a little bit of honey cinnamon camp mix, just for a little bit of flavor sprinkled on top. And that's usually the standard. I'll always have a Nutrimeal, usually a yogurt, banana, depending on the carbs. Usually not honey, but if I'm low on carbs, that'll be my go-to to throw in the yogurt to boost that up. What's up, everybody? It is time for afternoon snack. This is a normal for me. So what I will start with is thin and trim, high fiber flatbread from Market Basket. It's got a good amount of fiber in it for what it is. Allows me to bump up those numbers and hit my goal of 30 for the day. So whole grains, good macros, good carbs. It's got some fiber in there though. That's the big thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that flatbread. I'm going to go 80 grams of thin and trim turkey. Thin and trim is relatively low fat, and it's got some low sodium in there as well. So that is about 80. A little bit more. Too much. Bingo. Alrighty. So 80 grams of that turkey. And then I am going about 20 grams of pepper jack cheese, which is about 1 slice. Throw that right in the middle. Spin it around. Give it a nice roll up. Throw that in a baggie, and it's super convenient to have. And then the other piece of my snack is going to be a protein shake. So I'll grab my shaker bottle. And it is going to be 38 grams this afternoon of protein powder. That's going to help me get to my goal. That should be about 38 right there. Close that up, fill it with some water once I get to the gym. And that's my afternoon snack. A little bit of protein, carbs. Dinner time, everybody. So tonight we have basically a taco bowl. This is something that we have pretty often, once, maybe twice a week. You can even do it with fajitas. So I'm going to start off. I got 200 grams of jasmine rice. Usually just get the Uncle Ben's ready rice. Sometimes we'll boil it, whatever we have. So we're going to get 200 grams on here. Almost there. Bingo. Alrighty. Now next we are going to get the grass-fed beef, 93.7% fat. It's typically what we get. I think they sell 90/10 as well. Grass-fed typically a little bit better quality meat. So I'm gonna go to ounces on the scale for this, and we got 8 ounces. Boost up that protein. Pour it right over the rice. Alrighty, perfect. Alright, now this is a staple. Greek yogurt. And we put a little bit of hot sauce in there, mix it all around. Makes a great substitute for sour cream. Thinking 50 grams, which is about what I'm about to put on. There is 5 grams of protein, 3 grams. Thinking 50 grams, which is about what I'm about to put on. There is 5 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs. So if you like that little cooling effect on your Mexican bowls, this is a great substitute. Throw on there, mix it all in, and 50 grams is a pretty decent amount as well. 50, and then I'm going to top it off with 20 grams of shredded cheese. Alrighty, nailed it. And now a little bit of hot sauce. Alrighty, nailed it. And now a little bit of hot sauce on top. Hot sauce is a great thing to throw on everything because there's very minimal ingredients in hot sauce. Not a lot of preservatives, never really any added sugar. It's typically just vinegar and spices, and you can throw that on for some flavor on whatever you are eating. So this is a bigger meal for me. Dinner is usually a little bit bigger. I will post the macros on the next slide. I do have one more small snack later on, which is just going to be some apple and some almonds, which I will fill you in on when we get there. But as you can see, that's a pretty heaping dish of food, and it's all some good stuff fitting in my macros. All right, final piece of the puzzle here tonight to finish off the macros for the day. We have a Honeycrisp apple. Honeycrisp being the ultimate and top apple out of all the apples. If you disagree, well, I don't know what to tell you, it is. But anyways, actually I'm gonna wash this first. Quick little rinse down, and I need 130 grams of apple to cap off my carbs for the day. Now, while I'm cutting this, a lot of people say, oh, there's sugar in fruit, yada, yada, yada. Yes, that's true, there's fructose, but there's also fiber in fruit, which allows it to digest a little bit differently, a little bit slower. So there's a difference between having an apple, having a glass of apple juice, or just a tablespoon of sugar, totally different. Although don't eat 37 apples or 18 bananas in a day, a piece of fruit is actually pretty good for you. So we're gonna get 130 grams here. 127.6. That'll do it. I'll take a bite of one of those other ones. And then again, from earlier, can't mix honey cinnamon. A little bit on top there for a little bit of added flavor. That's going to be the final piece of the puzzle for today. I'm going to post my full breakdown on the next slide, show you the macros that were hit. If there's one thing that I hope that people take away from this, it's that the most important part of getting your nutrition in check is understanding the amount of energy that your body needs. Where a lot of people go wrong is they just start a diet, or they see a meal on Instagram or TikTok and they're like, oh, that's healthy, that's going to help me lose weight. Case of the matter is, if you don't know what your body needs first, then you don't know what amount to take in to therefore make any of that stuff happen. So, as you see, I have different macros than you have, than everybody else has. So, make sure that you're listening to your body. You don't have to track macros. If you're making better quality choices with the food that you're eating, you're already a big step of the way there. If you want to dial that stuff in a little bit more, then you can start tracking and understanding real expenditure. But in no way, shape, or form is 12 or 1,500 calories a day sufficient for anybody. Really, you need to fuel your body for exactly what it needs. If there's one thing that I hope that people take away from this, it's that the most important part of getting your nutrition in check is understanding the amount of energy that your body needs. Where a lot of people go wrong is they just start a diet, or they see a meal on Instagram or TikTok and they're like, oh, that's healthy, that's going to help me lose weight. Case of the matter is, if you don't know what your body needs first, then you don't know what amount to take in to therefore make any of that stuff happen. So, as you see, I have different macros than you have, than everybody else has. So, make sure that you're listening to your body. You don't have to track macros. If you're making better quality choices with the food that you're eating, you're already a big step of the way there. If you want to dial that stuff in a little bit more, then you can start tracking and understanding real expenditure. But in no way, shape, or form
is 12 or 1500 calories a day sufficient for anybody? Really, you need to fuel your body for exactly what it needs. So make sure that you're making better choices. If you want to check out our latest podcast, episode 61, we go into a deep dive on this stuff. And I hope you all learned a bunch of stuff. And if you have any questions, we are always available to answer that. Alrighty? Have a good night.